Today we'll be painting the engine bay and making it go from this ugly gray to this beautiful strawberry red. Let's get started with the engine bay painting. Today we'll be painting the bay on the Civic. I'm going to be painting it the red that I have here, Strawberry Fields from Rust-Oleum. And that's what color the whole car is going, but I'm just going to be doing the bay today. Now I typically do this on my other channel, which is paint related stuff. But this one I will be taking a lot of mechanical parts out, so I figured I'd just do a time-elapse video, give you guys something to watch, and it'll be prepped and ready for when we go to do the paint on the other channel. As you can see, I plasticed up everything in here. I've got box fans in each corner sucking air out with house filters. These are just basic house filters, so that way it can vent it out, and we have this big piece here to make sure bugs and stuff don't get in. So I'm not going to be painting in this video on the whole car, just the engine bay. So I'm just going to try to put this up here on this wall mount that I made, and you guys can see it from an overhead view of me just taking everything out, wiping everything down, sanding it, prepping it, and painting just the bay. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it. I hope you guys enjoy the content, and alright, so I got the engine bay pretty stripped. So these wires right here will be taped up. I'm not going to go ahead and remove it because it's a little bit of extra work to get it tucked away so that I can paint it, and it'll look like I took it out, so it'll be fine. It'll look really good. I'll remove the hood cable right before we paint. It's really easy. I'll probably take the entire engine mount off and support it with a piece of wood and a jack. That way I can get this area under here painted, because I will eventually be putting the solid mounts in here, and I want it to look good and painted. These here will be taped up as well. I'm not going to remove them, along with the brake booster. I've done this many times, and it looks really good the way I'm about to do it, and you can't tell that I didn't remove everything. And down here you can see that the power steering is looped. Got this one right here, how it loops around. That is no power steering now. You keep fluid in the line, and when you loop it like that, it feels like it still has power steering, so that'll look a little bit cleaner. And then we'll be painting the valve cover as well and cleaning everything else up. So I'll have to pressure wash this and degrease it before I paint, which is not a problem. I'll be using the CRC Pro Strength degreaser. It's amazing stuff. You can get it at Walmart for like $5. It's awesome. Works really good at degreasing. Here's all the stuff that we pretty much removed. The AC kit I'll be selling because I'm not going to be using it in this car. Headlights look really good. Everything else will get cleaned up, and the stuff I don't need will get tossed. But yeah, so far so good. I had trouble with the bolt back there, getting the battery tray off, but after we get this pressure washed and everything else taped up. Then we can plastic the engine up so no paint gets on the engine. And we can get started painting. But I'm gonna have to push this out in order to pressure wash it because it's late and I don't want to whip the pressure washer out right now. It's already like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and close all this up and then we'll hit it tomorrow and go from there. Alright, so I just pressure washed the engine bay and a lot of the paint is already coming off. As you can see, it's black on the firewall now. It was a little black before, but definitely the paint is coming off. The transmission looks like it was painted blue along with the engine at some point. So I'm going to spray more of the CRC, let it soak in because it will eat the paint since it's in the direct sunlight. It's pretty powerful stuff, guys. But yeah, it's going to come out pretty clean. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Pressure wash it one more time, and then we'll get it inside after it's all dried. Alright, so the pressure washer took off a lot of the paint. My son Jonathan helped me just kind of wet sand it while it was still wet. A lot of the paint on the engine came off, so once I got all that off, I basically just hit it with some silver paint, just normal Rust-Oleum silver, like aluminum paint, and then went over it with a metallic silver over that aluminum. Valve cover still needs stripped, but we're going to go ahead and take the 2 side mounts off. I've got it supported with the jack. We'll take those side mounts off, make sure it's cleaned up under there, and then we can start taping and plastic everything, and then I can shoot some color down. So I'm going to get to it. Alright, so now I'm going to start laying the paint down. This is paint plus primer. It's a 2-in-1. You're wearing the respirator. I have the fan on to vent it out. It's really hot in here. It's about 80 degrees, which I don't recommend painting a whole car, but an engine bay should be fine. But I don't have the AC on in here or anything because the vent needs hooked up, apparently. So I got everything covered. I'll be able to hit those spots. I didn't cover everything because some of it can just be acetone wiped off. But yeah, the major parts are covered up, so overspray won't get on it, and I can hit the rest with acetone. That piece up there will be coming off, and I'll be repainting it black, so I'm not worried about getting overspray on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and hopefully it turns out amazing. I'm going to be shooting some clear effects over it while the paint's still tacky. This will give it like a rainbow clear coat, and it'll look really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Alright, so the engine bay is pretty much done. I decided I will put the turbo kit on in another video dedicated to just putting the turbo kit on. But yeah, everything looks really good. I'll give you a little scan through so you can see. I will eventually be tucking these, but for right now they're just in the bay. You can see back here, everything looks really good. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. It does have like a pinkish kind of look to it. You can't tell on camera, but in person, maybe it's kind of like a peachish. I don't know. It's a very weird color, but I like it. Looks really good to me. So yeah, everything's basically back together. I'm gonna try to start it up. Hopefully it starts up because I don't want issues. So let's see what we got. Fuel pumps priming. Okay, well, it started right up. The alternator belt's making a bunch of noise, but it could be because I got power steering fluid on the belt. So that would make sense that it makes noise. So yeah, there you go. Bay is officially painted and back together. In the next video, which will be on my other channel, I'll be sanding, wet sanding this thing down and then painting it this color. So this engine bay will basically get covered up with some plastic, and I'm probably going to do the door jams off cam because it takes a lot to record the door jam process. It actually took a lot to do the engine bay process because the camera kept cutting out and losing my footage, so hopefully I can retrieve most of the footage for you guys. By this point in time, you'll know whether or not you got most of the footage because this is the end of the video. But all back together, looking really good. I would keep it like this if I didn't already have it in my head that I want the whole car this color, because the gray and the red look really good together. And with the intercooler kit and everything put on black with the red couplers, it'll look really good in this engine bay. And this valve cover was the same valve cover. I just wrinkle blacked it and painted the oil cap to match the engine bay. So if you guys like this video, definitely hit the like button. It took me a while to make this video because of all the errors that the GoPro is having. And now I have a huge mess, and I am so glad I put the plastic down because all that red traveled all over the place. So definitely stay tuned to this channel and the other channel, and subscribe if you're new here. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Like I always say, God bless, stay safe, stay awesome.